Hey, what's going on? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and anywhere else I post this because I'm an attention whore. My name is Dustin Wood, and I am the heartthrob of Almost Out of Weed. I think we'll all agree, please. I am here today because you guys graciously sent in your questions, and this is our second annual question and answer session. That's my phone ringing because I'm an idiot and didn't turn it off. So, let's see what text I'm getting. And it is from my co-star Darren. And he's actually texting about Almost Out of Weed. So, I planned all this. So in your face. He put, nice, I saw all the likes that the YouTube page has been getting lately and the Facebook page. So, I'm going to turn my phone off. Okay. So, now on to the fan questions. Thank you guys again for sending these in. Really appreciate it. And the first one is by DickSwill45. Asks, when will the inebriate / drunk guy come back? I think you're talking about the character Matt. Since everybody in the cast is basically drunk. But Matt and Annie had a baby recently, basically the cutest child on earth, named Action Jackson, and they're busy with that, but the door is always open for them to come back whenever they want to. So yeah, never say never, but for right now, no. And this season, or the rest of season 3, they won't be coming back, but any other season after that is completely up to them. So what you should do is spam them and give them a bunch of shit on Facebook till they come back. Number 2, Amoral Me 16 asks, will you see Matt and Annie's characters now that they are together? Probably should have went over these questions, so it wasn't so redundant. Rewind the video back. Rewind. No one rewinds. Like you're watching this on VHS. That was stupid. Take the little bar thing at the bottom of this video and take it back a few seconds and see answer to question number 1. Question number 3, Chico Lopez. It's pretty cool. He's a pretty awesome independent pro wrestler. It's cool, he likes the show. If you see Chico Lopez on my page, go like his page because he's an awesome guy. He asks, although Dustin's character is portrayed as what some would call a loser, is he really like that in real life, or is he a polar opposite? If I say I'm like that, then I'm being self-deprecating, but if I say that I'm the opposite of that, then I sound like I'm being cocky. I will say this. I always get people to say, in the first season, all that cool stuff in the background, like all the posters of Ryan Reynolds movies, like romantic comedies, like Definitely Maybe, and all the stuff that you see that's like action figures or comics, or even stuff that you see that has to do with the 90s, specifically stuff that's based around TGIF, which was like my favorite thing in the world. That's all mine. That's my real stuff. So, yeah, I don't think I'm very far from characters, but I don't think anyone's very far from their characters. That's the whole point of the show, is to make it look like a reality show. So the whole point of the show, and what I tell the actors, is that, take one trait of yourself. So like my character is super naive, and I can be very naive in life, and so I take that, that part of me that's naive, and instead of it being a 2 or 3 in normal life, I turn it up to, an 11. And that's what everyone does, Darren can be harsh at times, but not as harsh as he is in the show. Well, not to people besides me. And he can, but he turns it up, Corey and Kale are all about their music, but they're not so into their music that they shove it in your face and are douchebags about it, They're the nicest guys on earth, but they turn it up, and that's, I'd say the character that was closest to himself was Nick, which is an awesome thing. Okay, next question. I hope that answered it. I think everyone's like their character because the characters are a portion of themselves. So, question number 4. Kiko Gomez Navarro asks, as a supporter of the show, I've been wondering if you guys have thought about expanding to different towns, but still come back to Weed as a natural setting for the show. Also, have you thought to set a season up for a full-length film? Other towns, we haven't really thought about it. We were going to film an episode at Comic-Con in San Diego, because me and Darren were just recently there, but there's so many people there, and it's hard to control that type of environment unless you're super famous, which we are, but we were busy doing other super famous stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's not something that I would say, no, never, but, you know, the show is called Almost Out of Weed, and right now there's still so many other places in Weed that we can show off and have, you know, funny things happen, and more settings, stuff like that, and you'll see that in Season 3. There's 2 big places in Weed that we never thought that we'd get into to film, and we've just recently got permission. I won't give it away because I kind of like it when people watch the show and they go, oh, I've been there, or I've been there, or oh, they filmed there. So, yeah, as for the movie, Snapple, please sponsor us. Movie, no. We barely have a grasp on Almost Out of Weed, the television show, so movie's a little out of our depth right now, but who knows, maybe one day, but no, not for now. Thank you, though, for the question. It's a good one. Richard Cathcart had 2 questions. First one is, hey Dustin, here is one. I know you guys suffered a loss in a great friend and a castmate. Any chance of a tribute episode of some sort for Nicholas Legelick? I always try to think in terms of what Nick would like or what Nick would do, and I know me and Nick were best friends, and if me and Nick were watching a television show that was a comedy, and then someone passed away, and then they had this tribute video, sorry, that's my neighbor, if they had some kind of tribute video where it was like Sarah McLachlan singing "In the Arms of the Angels" with pictures, we would laugh at that and be like, why are they doing that? That's not that person, and Nick wouldn't want that. The fact that the show is continuing to go on in his memory is a tribute to him. Every episode is a tribute to Nicholas Legelick. But also, we're going to have little things in episodes as a nod to Nick. Like I said in the past, I write because I don't understand the real world. So I create worlds that make sense. In the Almost Out of Weed world, Nick is not gone. So I'm going to continue to write as if he is not gone. You'll see in the storyline why Nick isn't there, and it makes sense, and it was something we were organically already doing with Nick's character. But we have permission from his mom, who is an amazing woman and one of the strongest women I've ever met in my life. And we are going to continue forth for Nick. And because Nick was all about his art. He was an amazing actor, an amazing singer, amazing pianist. We're going to continue Nick's memory because Nick was his art, and Nick loved this show and put everything into the show, and we have no right to do any less, you know, if that makes sense. So every episode is a tribute to Nick. That's a great question, though. Your next question is, Dustin Wood, when do you come out of the closet? I'm hoping you're asking about the character, because I am all about the ladies. That was creepy. Dustin's character, I don't think Dustin, the character, is gay. I think that, and I've explained this, I explained this to Darren, I explained this to Corey and Kale. In the character of Dustin's mind, you know how, like, the greatest thing in a guy's life could be, like, relationship-wise, is you get married to the love of your life. But in Dustin's mind, I think that a girlfriend or a wife would be second, and the greatest relationship you can ever have in your life is your best friend. And that's been a theme throughout the whole show. Johnny, in first season, Dustin just wanted to be his best friend, you know, they're best friends, and now it's the most important relationship. Second season, him and Nick, you know. And this third season with Darren, trying to be his best friend. To him, that's the most important relationship a guy can ever have, is his best friend, you know, that brotherhood. And I think it's just because the Dustin character is a lonely, naive guy. I don't think he's gay. I think we definitely walk that line, especially with the Gaijin episode in Season 2 and one that we have upcoming. But, no. Thank you for the question, I think. Question 7. Sue Villarreal asks, What kind of weed are you almost out of? I'm guessing you haven't watched the show, because the weed that we're almost out of is the town. Number 8. Now, this is a question that literally dozens of people ask. How can I be on the show? Now, we're not the type of people that you gotta be big actor and stuff like that. Now, granted, we do cast some of the best actors in Siskiyou County. And speaking of that, just last night at midnight, 3 stories went live on our Twitter and our Facebook announcing 3 huge casting, which through the power of editing, their pictures and names will show up now. So yeah, having these 3 is going to be awesome. I'm so excited to have all 3 of these guys, and girl. Sorry, Clarissa. Clarissa, an amazing actress. Seriously, like, one of those actresses that inspires you to write because they're so good. It reminds me a lot of the way I felt watching Annie act from season 2. And the way the twins make me feel when I watch them act, and Matt and Darren and everybody, you know. But the type of person that inspires you to write better to match the level of their acting, you know. E-Man, amazing actor. I think he's going to blow you guys away with the stuff he does in the future, and I really think you're going to like what we do with him in the show, because it's a really funny nod to a very popular book series. And Noah, amazing, and he's going to be in that same episode with E-Man. Noah is actually an amazing director. I don't know if, we announced that he's going to be directing an episode, but we're not sure if that's going to be the case anymore, but we'll get back to you. But he's definitely going to be in an episode coming up very soon. The way of being on the show is easy. We're having a casting call. It's going to be at Bulls Creek Apartments in the community center in Phase 1. We'll put the address, we'll put the date, we'll put the time. We're just setting up the best time to do it so it works with everyone's schedules. It's going to be a really easy audition. You don't got to come in with some big monologue or anything like that. All we need you to bring is a joke. Any kind of joke. And the reason we do that is to see your comic timing. Some people can't tell a joke. And that's fine, but this show's all about telling jokes. So, yeah, we'll post all that information, and great question. Alright, Clown Carnation, creepiest name I've ever heard, asks, what is your favorite episode and why? This is a really cool question. I like this one. I really like Para-Slender Activity, the last one we just did. It was so fun filming out in the woods. Me and Nick and Darren and Nick's friend Joel was filming, and Darren's girlfriend Megan was filming. It was just so much fun being out in the woods and just being goofy and stupid. And Morgan too. And Morgan let me hit him with that flashlight as hard as I could. Well, not letting me, I just did because I'm a dick. But it was a lot of fun. But that's a good one. But I think my favorite episode, just because of the editing and the way the episode ends, is the final episode of Season 2, the season finale. I love that whole ending scene with it's kind of like a music montage of everybody to one of my favorite songs from Band of Horses, The Funeral. You gotta watch the episode. That ending is one of my favorite endings, and the acting that Matt does in his final interview. You can't not watch Matt's performance in that episode and not love acting. That's how good it is. I love that. So that would have to be my favorite episode. Except for we have an episode coming up that's spoofing one of my favorite action movie series. That's probably going to be my favorite one when that happens. But till now, the season finale of Season 2. It's called Swankator. Okay. Uninspired Me 33 asks, in past episodes you've made fun of stuff like Dawson's Creek, America's Next Top Model, and Nick Cannon. Will you be making fun of other popular or pop culture type subjects? Yes, that is our whole show. One of my favorite things is South Park, and I love how they're kind of a satire type show that makes fun of everything that's going on in the world. I think people tune into web videos to watch that kind of stuff, anything to do with pop culture, you know, or someone getting hit in the nuts, and we try to bring all of that into the show. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff. Just off the top of my head, I can think of just a dozen different things that we make fun of or reference or stuff like that. The whole point of the show is you're not supposed to watch an episode just once. We put a lot of jokes in there so that when you're watching it even for the 5th time, at one episode that you've seen 5 times, 5th time you watch it, you go, oh my god, I get that now. Or, now I know why he said that. Or, oh god, I totally understand what they're trying to do right there. And that's the whole point of the show. You know, we put all that stuff in so you can enjoy it through, you know, various rewatchings and stuff like that. That's a really good question. Alright, this is the final question. And then you guys can go on about your day if you're still actually watching. Angelica Polkowitz, Angelica P asks, what's the most rewarding part of making your show, and also what is the most challenging? The most challenging is getting everybody together, because everyone has such busy schedules with school and other acting jobs and work and life and everything. So that's really hard. The rest of it's easy. Once we get filming, everyone's really fine-tuned themselves to their characters, that it doesn't take a lot of takes unless someone is making us laugh with a line or something. So none of that's hard. Editing's not hard. Yeah, just getting everybody together is the hardest part, or finding places to film that will let us film, you know. And the last part is, what is the most rewarding? As corny as it sounds, you guys, your reactions, that's the most rewarding. Aww, I know, right? No, but seriously, like, we do this for you guys. This all started as fun and friends goofing around, and now it's turned into more or less my job. And that's because of you guys. You created this. Creepy. Okay, no, but honestly, thank you guys so much. We couldn't have done any of this without you. We can't do what's coming up without you guys and your support, and you guys have been amazing, and thank you, and we'll do one of these again. This is fun. Thank you guys again for sending in the questions. Make sure to like our various social network pages. I'll put the links up for them. Keep watching the show. Keep supporting the show. Keep supporting independent movies and independent comedy. And I can't wait for you guys to see these new episodes, because it's some of the best writing and the best acting and the best editing we've ever done, and we do it all for you guys. So, thank you.